We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Ethan Bonner, Miami Dolphins cornerback, undrafted rookie guy out of Stanford this past season. And he played some very limited snaps, throughout the year, only really playing in 2 games, just a handful of snaps, about 20 total. And I thought, he showed some promise in that very limited snap count throughout the season. I think the Dolphins really like him. They signed him that futures contract. And I think out of those guys, he's the guy they feel the strongest about. Some good athletic traits for sure. You can see the nice instincts, making plays, strong tackler as well, physical out in space. A lot of things to like from overall in his film, and I just want to break down those things today. I mean, I wouldn't say like it's hard to know. It's a limited snap count, so got to take those things. A little bit of grain of salt at times. You want to see more for sure. So I wouldn't say I have the strongest convictions, but I do think the Dolphins feel very strongly about Bonner because he was active over Cam Smith in the playoff game, which I think is huge. And I'll get to Cam Smith later on. I wouldn't give up on him quite yet, but they clearly feel strongly about him, allowing him to be the first guy. And Eli Apple got hurt, and he was the first guy to come in. Definitely things to like. I think his skill set also fits well to special teams. Ethan Bonner has some quality traits, as you'll see throughout this breakdown, and we'll hopefully he gets a chance. I think they definitely want to keep him around to develop him. Look at his skill set, because there are some good plays that he shows throughout this whole film against the Chiefs and in a previous game throughout the season. Really, really good stuff from Bonner throughout 2023. Bonner here, up at the top. This is a 3rd and 7 situation, and yeah, he gives up the catch, but this is such a tough ask from a corner from where he was aligned to make this play, and for even to have a chance to slow this down is actually really impressive. Dolphins are playing man-to-man. He's man-to-man on Rashee Rice, and Rice is condensed here. So naturally, Bonner is going to have slight outside leverage, and, based on him being tight with the other guy, he has to play off in this situation. And they're just running, shallow crossers in this mesh. He has to work above this. He takes a great angle. You can see the speed to get there, and then takes a really, good aiming point to get this tackle. Rice ends up extending barely to get that first down. But this overall is a good play, like one of your first snaps in. Very tough ask for you to even be in that position. And to me, if that's Eli Apple, this is potentially a touchdown, I feel like, to be honest. Like, they're running shallow cross. Eli Apple could have easily missed this, or I think they even gained more yards. So to me, I think he actually read the play pretty well. You could see the transition. He stays square, gets out of it. Good, has that 4.3 speed. Those are the types of plays that make you feel good about special teams when you can show off the speed like this. This almost looks like you're a gunner, which is where he could make an impact right away. And then, just throughout this offseason, I'll definitely be getting to more Dolphins players, trying to look at their full 2023 free agency, draft guys. But really, looking at Bonner in this video, a lot of, positives, I think, overall. Some decent man-to-man coverage at the top of the screen here. Dolphins ran so much cover 0 in this game, so you're just basically on an island. And he gets one-on-one with a tight end. I believe that's Noah Gray, and he just does good work here. He's playing off man. He's staying square. He's inching back so he can, gain some depth here. But he's not, getting too far back in the end zone, giving this guy too free of space to work with. Staying square, patient, and you can see, look at him get square. As soon as he sticks that left foot in the ground, you could tell he's anticipating. This is what I really like about this play. He's anticipating that he's about to break to the left. You can tell from how he sticks that foot in the ground. This guy has not broken yet, and he's already going out into space there. That is really good route recognition. Love that mental side of the game, and he's still square this whole time. He gets hands-on without getting, overly physical to get illegal contact, and now, Mahomes has to roll out, but the coverage skills, like, I thought, in his snaps in this game, he looked better than Apple did, like, which, isn't saying too much, but there is some good things to like right here from Bonner. This is, one of my favorite snaps from this game, just because of their recognition skills. Like, it doesn't look like anything too crazy, but you can tell that he is anticipating. This guy's looking to the right here, and he's already moving the opposite direction because he feels that route is coming. The Chiefs do love to go condensed, get tight with their formations, and like when the Dolphins play man, they try to pass things off, and they're running cover 0 here, and Bonner ends up going in the correct position. He's supposed to take the deepest out, which ends up being Rice. Elliott kind of gets caught up, doesn't see that he's supposed to take Kelsey, so Bonner ends up in the right position. I feel like, how many times have we seen Dolphins defensive backs just completely forget to cover a guy? So just having Bonner cover the correct player that works out into his area for cover 0, just being low and outside leverage as well, because this is cover 0. You just need to make the throws as hard as possible, and overall Just nice to see him showing some processing, some instincts, just understanding of responsibility. Those are things you just want to see out of a younger, undrafted rookie type, because I do think he has the athletic traits to succeed at the NFL level. It just depends on how he develops, his technique overall, and then the mental side of his game, which I've seen, in these limited snaps, I've seen some solid work there. Now, this snap becomes much later in the game. This is like when the game's over. The Dolphins bring the backups in. But it's still nice to see him get down, make a tackle for loss at the corner position. He hits this guy within the backfield. He's the force defender, and then he also knocks that ball out. That's the stuff you want to see. At least, go out there and make an impact play. He forced a turnover in a playoff game, even though it didn't matter at this point. This stuff is still promising to me. Break it down, attack the outside half of the man. Don't allow him to get the outside contain. And then, square him up, get that helmet into the ball, pop that thing out. Really good work from Bonner. That's the stuff I want to see. Physicality. He's definitely more of an outside corner, but he can play safety. He played safety at Stanford. I wouldn't say I expect him to play nickel with his skill set, but yeah, I could see him playing outside, some safety as well. The whole white corner thing, that a lot of that stuff has been pretty funny, but just focusing on him as a player, actually pretty impressive stuff. Definitely want to see more for sure for me to feel strongly about it, but I think just basing on how the Dolphins have treated, his, adding him to the squad, the elevations, how he played, I think they definitely really like him in his skill set. Now we're getting to the Jets game. This is where the other game that he played in, like real snaps. This is towards the end of that game, and he looked quite good in this one too. Like he got a couple targets his way. Nice pass deflection here at the bottom. Just good anticipation, recognition again. He's basically playing quarters at the bottom, zone match, and he has this natural outside leverage because they're tight here again. He's condensed, and he knows, based on this, he could work a crosser just like, he saw later against the Chiefs. Or once he works out vertically like this, he's probably going to run an outbreaker, and you can see him already anticipating this as well. He starts to weave maintain his outside leverage. And then, boom, transition very nicely, very smooth. I thought he had some wasted steps throughout this game versus the Jets, as you'll see. But he clearly looked more comfortable within that Chiefs game. So it was something he learned and got better at, which I think is a big key to, those undrafted guys' development. And here is the pass deflection. Similar work down at the bottom. Basically playing 3-match. They tried, run some more outbreakers, comebacks, things like that. And he even opens up a little bit here. He still is weaving to maintain that outside leverage, sees him break, able to transition very smoothly, very cleanly, get down, nice hook right there, and SWAT technique, get that ball out, really good at strong at the point of attack. And I also just feel like the players like him. I feel like people are like talking about him a lot too, and then boom, that is really strong ball skills to finish, just being in the right spot. Lots to things to like in this film. Not much negative. Like, I know it's very limited snaps, but he made, for me to have 10 plays, whatever it is, to break down, and only 22 snaps total is pretty impressive from Ethan Bonner. Another similar rep at the bottom of the screen. He's basically just matched up one-on-one with Lazard, and it's his second target. He takes some false steps here, but there's still a lot of stuff to like. This space is a lot to work with for this wide receiver, and he's, staying square. He's seeing that this guy's working to his inside leverage, so he's weaving to match that. But he still maintains his outside leverage. He's weaving to the inside, but he's still maintaining that outside leverage the whole time, just because there's all this space to work with. And then, boom, he starts to break it. I think, he took some false steps there, but he's still in a decent spot to make a play. The ball has to be thrown in perfect, with perfect timing to get this completed, and it wasn't, so, he gets another target incomplete on his resume. His stats probably look pretty good for, only playing, a handful of plays. Dolphins running cover 6. This time we get to see Bonner, instead of playing on the quarter side, he's playing on the cover 2 side. So he is like a low half defender here. He sees one work across the middle. That gets passed off. And now he gets his eyes back to this side of the field to find this receiver working across. So if this wasn't thrown deep right here, he would have been able to get into position to take away this angle. And those kind of plays, usually you don't see, an undrafted rookie being in a spot to even potentially make a play on a crosser like this. So that's just good overall awareness and understanding of what's going on. And then last play that we're going to break down here, this is the last, 4th and 10 interception. More good work out in space, one-on-one. Just, he doesn't get the target here, but He has the inside leverage this time on this receiver, and this guy attacks hard inside leverage. He weaves to maintain this, get back into good positioning, good footwork, stay square, and he's able to break with it, mirror and match the footwork of that receiver pretty nice. And he's in a pretty good spot. I mean, if it's like a perfect throw with perfect timing, it could potentially be completed, but he's in a spot to definitely take that away. So not allowing a ton of separation, which I think is key, and then he just chucks it up to their side of the field. So not getting, the target there, but still lots of good things to like there from Ethan Bonner. Overall, impressed with this film. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know who you guys want to see next, and make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see you next time. Peace.